Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and welcome back for more of Arkham Twin Days of Tuesdays and Thursday evenings of Marvel Spider-Man. So why not I get to this topic of Batman again? So why Batman? Alright, so here we go. 5 times Gotham needed him, and 5 times he just made things worse. So what? So 5 times Gotham needed him, and 5 times he just made things worse. So 5 times that Gotham needed him, and or whichever works it comes up like 5 times again. 5 times Gotham needed him, and 5 that he made things worse. So Batman has saved Gotham City countless times, but there are a handful of times that he definitely failed the city that he loves so much, and not just Gotham itself. No. Batman's first objective is always the protection of Gotham City, so remember that well. It's his home, where he was born, and also his first love. This is more central to Bruce Wayne's character than being a member of the Justice League and a defender of the planet. Gotham comes first in his heart. Yes, we all know that very much. And Batman takes the status of Gotham into account before every decision he makes. And it is very crucial to the Dark Knight. However, Batman's judgment isn't infallible. Batman has saved Gotham City countless times, but there are a handful of times that he definitely failed the city. Sorry, I swallowed air down the wrong tube. That he definitely failed the city that he loves so much. Here are 5 of each. 5 that needed 5 that those needed Batman, and 5 that he made, and 5 he made worse. So yeah, 5 of those that needed Batman, and 5 that Batman made worse. Number 10, Gotham needed him the first time he put on the suit in 0 Year. The retelling of Batman's origin in Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's 0 Year found the first adventures of Batman bringing him into collision with a reimagined Red Hood gang and Edward Nygma pre-Riddler days. The Red Hood gang was wreaking havoc across Gotham. No, this is nothing about the Red Hood of Jason Todd or the fishbowl of Red Hood of the Joker. It's called the Red Hood Gang. So, and its leader, Red Hood 1, was pressing ganging members into joining. Edward Nygma shut down all technology in Gotham, sealing it off by rigging the bridges, and ruled the resulting dystopia with an iron fist. Batman, with some help, put a stop to both. So yeah, there you have it. Number 9, he made things worse, targeting Bob Cratchit in Batman Noel, or Noel Batman, if you know the Noel skin. For those who've seen it in Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight, both T and M rated. Batman Noel is a graphic novel by Lee Bermejo about Batman, which takes heavy inspiration from A Christmas Carol. The story focuses on Batman's investigation into a man named Bob Cratchit, a former small-time henchman of the Joker. Yeah, this is twisted, and everything is Arkham in this game, and not to mention about this juicy info itself. Batman takes the role of Ebenezer Scrooge in this story, as he proves to be the unforgiving lord that is actively hurting Cratchit and his family. Wow, and that's how he collects his money. So, wow, that is so wrong. But let's listen to this more. The likes of Superman and Catwoman show up to try and convince Batman to take it easy, man. I mean, it's just Bob Cratchit. And reintroduce a more optimistic view into his superhero crusade. Ultimately, Batman does decide to help Cratchit and even protects him from the Joker when he inevitably arrives. Number 8, Gotham needed him on the ongoing fight against the Magistrate. And you thought I don't know some Batman lore stuff, ain't ya? The current Batman comic by James Tynion, James Tynion IV, and George Jimenez, or Jorge Jimenez, finds the Dark Knight at odds with a new authoritarian regime called the Magistrate. Yeah. The Magistrate is looking to take over Gotham and purge it of all masked vigilantes, somewhat similar to Ra's al Ghul, if you want to know. The Magistrate is very much looking to oppress the people of Gotham in the name of security for the city and its wealthier factions. The future stories set in Gotham showed how far the Magistrate will go in controlling Gotham. It very much becomes a cyberpunk dystopia. They even seemingly kill Batman, which causes the Dark Knight to rebrand as the Dark Detective. Number 7, he made things worse, not trusting the Red Hood when he returned, who goes by the name of Jason Todd. Again! After the fall of the second Outlaws team, the Red Hood was looking to return to Gotham City for a new start. This involves staging an assassination of the Penguin and taking over Iceberg Lounge. Similar to finding something from Batman Arkham Knight and Batman Arkham City. Unfortunately, Batman wasn't clued in on the Red Hood's plan, if you want to know. And he brutally attacked Jason, declaring that he should never have taken Jason in. Of course, the Red Hood didn't actually kill the Penguin. He just took him as a prisoner inside the lounge. This confrontation once again drove a wedge between Bruce and Jason, depriving Batman of another potentially valuable ally. Now, there's something you don't see, like, why is Jason doing this? I don't know. Maybe he decided not to kill the Penguin for once, and like, remember that his rule about the one strike and you're out thing? Well, this time he made it as an He made this as an exception, which is pretty exotic, if you want to know. You don't see that happen very much. I mean, no, it's like, I'm going to let the Penguin live for just once in a lifetime. And you're like, what? Yeah, I mean, how is that possible? Number 6, Gotham needed him, fighting back against the Court of Owls. The Court of Owls is a clandestine organization of Gotham's wealthiest citizens who have been controlling the destiny of the city since its founding. Batman managed to discover the court in more recent years, and this prompted the court to initiate a full-scale takeover of the city. Thankfully for Gotham, Batman and his allies fought back hard like tooth and nail, if you want to know. So get this. They fought hard and fought really hard, tooth and nail, against the Court of Owls and their Talon assassins. Batman was able to purge the city of the Owls, though their remnants still exist in dark corners of the world. Number 5, he made things worse, everything he did in All-Star Batman and Robin, which is not a pretty picture. So yeah, this is why everything is Arkham and not everything is rainbow ponies and unicorns, because nothing is going to be a happy ending all the time, because there will be a bad ending, a good ending, or a twisted ending, or whichever ending, because everything is Arkham, and this is the ultimate Arkhamverse, and you will get the idea of why. All-Star Batman and Robin, The Boy Wonder by Frank Miller, is a very much a low point in the history of Batman. The reimagining of Batman made him into a violent sadist who didn't shy away from unnecessarily brutal and lethal methods to contend with his foes. So yeah, Frank Miller's Batman in comic books is just really brutal, but interesting. You find it interesting besides Grant Morrison's versions. Here, Batman is undeniably a negative force of Gotham, even if he learns a few lessons along the way. So, even if he did learn the lesson, he learns it, but he kind of puts it off for somewhat. His treatment of Dick Grayson, or should I say Richard Grayson, as Robin is abhorrent as well, making the young man stay in his blood-soaked clothes after his parents' deaths, making him eat rats, and yelling abuse at him on the regular. Wow, so you're called yourself Father of the Year? You don't deserve that kind of reward. I mean, what kind of father would do that to an adoptive son anyway? Yeah, Father of the Year, my buttocks. Not a very good father figure, if you ask me. I would say Vegeta does way better than Bruce Wayne, so yeah, way better than I expected. So, number 4. Gotham needed him, putting on the costume again in The Dark Knight Returns. So, how is that possible? Well, here's why. The Dark Knight Returns, once again by Frank Miller, finds Batman in retirement after years of putting on the cape and cowl after vigilantes were outlawed in the United States. In the time since then, Gotham has plunged into chaos and disorder. It takes a plucky young lady named Carrie Kelly, who dresses up as a superhero, who likes to wear capes, if you want to know, to push Batman back into action. That's right, Carrie Kelly. Batman beats the leader of the self-proclaimed mutants and turns the group into a force for good, if you want to know. A force for good in the city. Interesting, isn't it? He stops the return of the Joker, finally ending the clown's rampage for good. This does lead to the infamous brutal between Superman and Batman, which in other words, Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice by the Zack Snyder film, which is a PG-13 movie, by the way, and also the director's cut, which is an R-rated movie of the same name, because it has some F-bombing, and that's why it's R-rated, because, when I say the F-bomb, it's not funny, it's very excessive. But that is a type of Frank Miller version, if you want to know. Why not see the Frank Miller version of Superman? I mean, that kind of works. But the Cape Crusader even turns this into an opportunity, well, to change his tactics in protecting Gotham. Number 3, he made things worse, not trusting the Joker in the White Knight. Like, what? Here's the lowdown. in Batman, The White Knight by Sean Murphy is a story that finds the Joker cured of his mental afflictions and working to become a force for good in the city. In this tale, the Joker was never the rampaging killer that he is in the regular DC continuity. He was more of an anarchist looking to overthrow the unjust regime of Gotham City. Batman, who used his crusade to also further his business ventures, fought harshly against the Joker's attempts at redemption. This led to a few battles between Batman and the Joker. But Bruce eventually came over to Joker's side just in time to stop a false Harley Quinn from destroying the city. Like, what? A false Harley Quinn? No, it is just unbelievable. Like, why a false Harley Quinn? Okay, so the Joker became the opposite. This kind of reminds me of Batman the Brave and the Bold, that this Joker is the good guy version, and the Batman version, who is called Owlman, is the bad guy version of the hero. And that's why the roles have been switched a little bit. And that is kind of brings me to that topic of this point. Number 2, Gotham needed him. Because why? It's simple. Whee! Coming to the rescue in No Man's Land. No Man's Land by Greg Rucka is the tale of Gotham's devastation in the wake of a titanic earthquake. The United States government gives up on Gotham, declaring it a lawless no man's land, and this left the heroes and police of Gotham to try to restore order on their own, just with no allies, no help, and because of that you get chaos. You get no control, you get a lawless city. This was one of the greatest challenges of Batman's life, but he was ultimately able to save Gotham from its villains with the help of Azrael, who is from the Order of San Dumas, Huntress, Nightwing, Oracle, Batgirl, Commissioner Gordon, and others, which he made things better. Like, why Azrael from the Order of San Dumas? Well, I can't blame him. Ever since back on Batman Arkham Knight, because he finds out the truth that the Order of San Dumas has stolen his free will. And that is how he kind of got confused all of a sudden, that he knows who he is. He is called Michael Lane, but he is called Azrael. So, yeah. Very identical moves to that of the Dark Knight, who goes by the name of Batman. And number 1, he made things worse. Why he made things worse? It's because of disbanding the Gotham Knights, which I'm pretty sure that is a game that's coming on PS5 and Xbox One. Not sure if it's coming on PS4 and on PS5 and Xbox Series X. I'm not sure if it's coming on Xbox One or PS4, but if it does, I would be happy. With DC Rebirth, Batman tried a new tactic to protect Gotham. He put a team together, or should I say he put together a team. This team was called the Gotham Knights, and they were led by Batwoman. The other members included Red Robin, Spoiler, Orphan, Azrael, Batwing, not the plane, and a reformed Clayface. That's right, Clayface. Like, what? I'll get just wait. You're gonna find out why, because this is a biggest surprise. They did good for a time, but trouble arose when Clayface was driven into a frenzy by Hugo Strange. Batwoman made a weapon designed to stop Clayface, but it would be lethal. Batman wanted her not to do it, but Batwoman pulled the trigger and seemingly killed Clayface. Like, what? This, along with other factors, pushed Batman to disband the team and put him at odds with Batwoman, like completely. It does seem like Batman could have tried to retool and improve the team, but he opted to shut it out all, or should I say, he opted to shut it all down in a rage. So he formed a team called Gotham Knights by the name that was led by Batwoman, and the other members included Red Robin, Spoiler, Stephanie Brown, Orphan, Azrael, who was a former member of the Order of San Dumas, Batwing, not the plane, and a reformed Clayface. And all of a sudden, you just, destroyed Clayface with one hit that's a lethal, that's okay, and Batman says no, and he opted in to shut it all down, and he threw it in with a fit of a rage. So yeah, that is how made things worse, and how Gotham needs him, and how Batman made things worse. So what do you guys think of the 5 things I told you about? 5 different things of Batman. Well, yeah, more of the different things. 5 things that he made that Gotham needed him, and 5 made things worse. Do you like it or hate it? Mash that like button and or share this video. If you guys like Arkham Twin Days, such as myself, of this multi-universal lore and more of Marvel's Spider-Man. And as your friendly neighborhood superhero who takes chances, making mistakes, and getting messy, who likes peanut butter and chocolate and a breakfast for dinner, Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice, and I'll see you guys next time for another episode of every Tuesdays and Thursday evenings of Marvel Spider-Man Universal Lore and more in the Ultimate Arkhamverse. Friendship is magic for everyone, and I'll see you guys next time for more of Arkham Twin Days. Whee! I'm swinging, Ma!